What's up, people? This is MediaShinobi, at least one third. This is Kojira, and I'm here to review episode 1 of season 4's Walking Dead. And I'm happy I finally get to, finally review The Walking Dead. It's always been something I wanted to review multiple videos on. And sorry for the bad camera quality. I'm gonna use a better camera next videos. But anyway, let's get started with episode 1, uh, 30 Days Without an Accident. Now, what I got from this episode is the fact that this episode was very different from for other previous seasons openers, where it's pretty mellow. Like the people who came from Woodbury that Rick brought over, they they were able to make some kind of small community within the prison. They even had a little farm with some pigs, a horse, and even a little garden, which is actually pretty cool. And yeah, they even they set up a pretty cool system, and I still question why they didn't just go back to Woodbury. Why did they just why did they stay in the prison instead of just go to Woodbury since the governor's not around anymore, or wherever he's at. But so far they're making do with what they got. They apparently even um, Herschel even said that the food they're making will be able to enough to support them, and it's yeah looking really good. And also the fact that they even have their own setup where they have a council where it includes, I'm guessing, I forgot, I think Rick, Glenn, Maggie, Carol, and Daryl, I'm guessing. I think that's all of them. But yeah, I'm guessing they're the ones that make the big choices about where they're gonna get supplies, what this basic stuff of what they're gonna do. And also the people in Woodbury who came over are actually also helping out. They're clearing out some walkers from the fences, and yeah, it's pretty good. Out of all, yeah, again, like I said, all the season openers, this seems the most happy in a way. Then also the fact that Daryl himself seems like the very popular amongst the community, because they look like they look up to him. And yeah, he's kind of awkward about it too. Okay, I'm just doing what I gotta do. But yeah, and also Michonne, she's doing something different, where apparently I'm guessing she goes out for days on end and actually looks for the governor, and it's smart because Rick knows that the governor is still out there and he's really dangerous, so they still got to take him out. So I'm guessing Michonne goes on these expeditions, goes out, looks for him, and comes back occasionally with any news. And so far, she I think she heard something about they might be in Macon, a place called Macon. I don't know. And also, is it me, or I think this is the shipping side of me, but I think Rick and Michonne are gonna have some. I don't know. It's kind of because in the comics, Rick had a thing with, actually is in a relationship with Andrea, and since Andrea's dead, I think Michonne's gonna take that role, because the TV show is very different from the comics at this point. And yeah, the only big problem that happened was when Daryl goes out for his expedition with the group with Michonne. Beth actually has a boyfriend named Zach, I think. I forgot his name. And they run into this supermarket, and they need supplies, but then the roof collapses on them because of a helicopter that apparently crashed on top and just weakened the roof, and these walkers just started raining. It literally started raining walkers, and it was a really cool sequence to see, and very, very bone chilling, because the fact that it's the supermarket, it's all dark and crowded, nowhere to really run. And at the end, Beth's boyfriend gets killed straight up. I'm like, oh well, that sucks. We also get to see Rick. Actually, I'm finding this random chick in the woods who straight up looks like a walker. She's a human, but she looks like a walker. And she asked if we can join the. She asked if she can and her husband can join the group, and he's like, okay, sure. So, let me just meet your husband first, and let me ask you these questions, and then I'll see if you can join the group. And when they finally reach her camp, it turns out that her husband is just a walker head, and she tries to kill Rick, but Rick just was able to fight her off a bit, and she just ends up killing herself. And what I got out of that segment was the fact that the conversation between one of them, where she basically asked if the things he's done can they come back to can they come back from the bad things they've done in the past? And Rick contemplates that, and also Rick sees the fact that he could have been her if he still was insane from like last season, because after last season or like the majority of last season he was like kind of out of his mind basically. Also, we have a thing with Carl where he actually interacts with the kids from Woodbury, and he's very like adult compared to them. Like the kids still retain, those kids seem to have to retain their innocence. Well, Carl, after all the crap he's been through, like he's no. Like the fact that the kids started naming zombies, and he says, "Don't name them; they're not people anymore." And yeah, very interesting to see Carl. Just the fact that he's grown so much since like season 1 is just like wow. What else happened in this episode? Oh yeah, and also when Daryl comes in and tells Beth that her boyfriend died, she had like no reaction. Like she's like, "Oh, okay." it's like she's gone. She's also grown as a character. The fact that she's so, I wouldn't say cold, but just so hard when she's not she's not as bothered as much as I thought she would be. She just like, "I'm happy I knew him. Oh well." Okay, she didn't say that, but which makes me interesting. Like where they're gonna take her character. Like last season she didn't do very much except for like sing songs in the campfire, but I'm just curious to see where they go with her. And also Daryl, he seems a bit surprised. He's saying, "Oh, okay." he seems a bit surprised, and yeah, by the end, we see one of Carl's, I guess, friends, or at least someone he hangs out with, named Patrick. He ends up just straight up coughing a lot and going to the stalls at night. It's at nighttime, and he just dies. He just dies, and of course, all you have to do is die, and you become a walker. Which made me question, like, he wasn't bit, so did the virus did the virus contaminate the food or the water supply? And also the fact that earlier in the episode we see a pig that just was sick, and then by the end it's dead. So I'm guessing, did the virus somehow contaminate their food? But then we see Daryl and everyone else eating, and he seems to be the only one who actually got sick from it and died from it. Which we could question, like, how the hell did he get infected? And also, like, I feel like next episode is gonna be some bad things can happen, because the fact that it's nighttime, people are sleeping, and there's a walker around now. Which, yeah, that's all I gotta say about this episode. It's very mellow, but knowing this show, it's not gonna last very long at all. Like, I feel like the shitstorm is about to come very soon. It's just like literally the calm before the storm. Like, things are gonna go bad, like really bad. Especially if the season starts off with everything so cool. Like everything starts off so pretty mellow and nice. It's nice. It's literally nice. Like, I don't mind living in where they're living right now. At least like the situation they're in, because they seem to everything under control. But now, ooh, I just know it's gonna hit them. It's gonna be bad. Bad things are gonna happen. Probably even next episode. So yeah, can't wait to see what happens next. And I know. Look, also I can't wait to see other characters from the comics appear. I heard a lot of characters from the comics are gonna appear. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hopefully we see the governor soon. I miss him. He wasn't appeared at all. And yeah, that's all I got. So that's it. So this is 1/3 of MediaShinobi signing out. Peace.